You think you're doing the right thing by using those gentle bathroom products, don't you? After all, they're sold in stores everywhere, marketed as safe and dermatologist-approved. But what if I told you that these so-called clean products are actually coating your body in a cocktail of dangerous chemicals? It's a shocking truth that might make you think twice before your next shower. Let's talk about the items you use every day without a second thought. Shampoo, body wash, shaving cream, even those convenient feminine wipes. Each one of these seemingly innocent products might be doing more harm to your health than you ever imagined. And here's the kicker. The companies behind these products aren't required to tell you what's really inside them. You see, hidden within those colorful bottles and fancy packaging are ingredients linked to hormone disruption, allergies, and even cancer. It's a dirty secret the beauty industry doesn't want you to know about. They're banking on your trust, hoping you won't look too closely at those long, unpronounceable ingredient lists. But why should you care? Because what you put on your body matters just as much as what you put in it. Your skin is your largest organ, and it absorbs everything you slather on it. Those chemicals aren't just sitting on the surface. They're making their way into your bloodstream, potentially wreaking havoc on your health. Think about it. Every time you lather up with that fragrant body wash, you could be exposing yourself to phthalates, chemicals known to mess with your hormones. That shampoo promising silky, smooth hair? It might contain formaldehyde-releasing preservatives, which are linked to cancer. And those refreshing feminine wipes? They often contain parabens, another class of chemicals with potential ties to breast cancer. The worst part is, you won't find these dangers clearly labeled on the product. Companies use vague terms like fragrance or parfum to hide a cocktail of potentially harmful ingredients. They're not breaking any laws. The regulations around personal care products are shockingly lax. It's a system that puts profits over your health, and it's been going on for far too long. But knowledge is power, and that's why we're here. We're pulling back the curtain on these domestic items' secrets, exposing the dangers lurking in your bathroom cabinet before they can harm you or your loved ones. Because once you know the truth, you can't unknow it, and you'll never look at your bathroom products the same way again. You might be wondering, how can I protect myself and my family? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to ingredient lists, even if they seem intimidating at first. Look for products that are transparent about their ingredients and avoid those with known harmful chemicals. Consider switching to natural alternatives or making your own products at home. Remember, just because something is on a store shelf doesn't mean it's safe. The beauty industry is largely self-regulated, which means they're often putting their bottom line ahead of your health. It's up to you to be your own advocate and make informed choices about what you're putting on your body. This information might feel overwhelming at first. You might be looking at your bathroom right now, wondering if everything needs to be thrown out. Take a deep breath. Change doesn't have to happen overnight. Start small, educate yourself, and make gradual swaps as you learn more. We're here to guide you through this journey, uncovering the truth about the products you use every day. In each video, we'll dive deep into different categories of household items, exposing the hidden dangers and offering safer alternatives. We're not here to scare you. We're here to empower you with the knowledge you need to make better choices for yourself and your family. So what's next? Hit that subscribe button to stay informed about the latest domestic item secrets. Share this video with your friends and family, because the more people who know about these hidden dangers, the more pressure we can put on companies to change their ways. Remember, what you don't know about household products can literally hurt you. But with the right information, you can take control of your health and create a safer home environment for you and your loved ones. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay safe. Together, we can uncover the truth and demand better from the products we use every day. The truth about what's lurking in your shampoo bottle will shock you. I recently stumbled upon some disturbing documents about hair care ingredients, and it completely shattered everything I thought I knew. Many popular brands we've trusted for years are hiding some seriously nasty secrets. Let's start with sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS. It's a cheap detergent that big-name companies love to use. But here's the kicker. It absolutely ravages your scalp. We're talking major disruption to your skin barrier and long-term irritation. But hold on to your shower cap, because it gets even worse. Some brands are still using a preservative called DMDM Hydantoin. Sounds harmless enough, right? Wrong. This stuff literally releases formaldehyde every single time you lather up. Yes, that formaldehyde. the known carcinogen used in embalming fluid. And these companies know exactly what they're doing. The Environmental Working Group managed to obtain internal documents that blew the lid off this whole thing. These papers revealed that hair care giants were fully aware of the risks associated with their ingredients. We're talking hair loss, nasty cases of contact dermatitis, the works. But did they pull these harmful chemicals? Of course not. They kept right on using them to keep their production costs nice and low. I'm sure that's just a happy coincidence for their bottom line, right? It's not just the ingredients themselves that are cause for concern. The entire safety testing process is seriously flawed. I spoke with some former quality control workers from major manufacturers, and what they told me was chilling. Apparently, their main focus wasn't on actually protecting consumers. It was all about avoiding lawsuits. One insider admitted that they knew certain preservatives were causing scalp irritation in users. But get this, as long as less than 2% of people reported problems, they considered that an acceptable risk. 2% might not sound like much, but when you're talking about millions of customers, that's a whole lot of damaged scalps. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I'll just switch to the gentle formula or use baby shampoo instead. Think again. These harmful chemicals aren't just in one type of product. They're sneaking them into everything. The moisturizing formulas, the ones labeled gentle, even the baby versions. Nothing is sacred when it comes to cutting corners and boosting profits. The more I dug into this, the angrier I got. We're not talking about some obscure brands here. These are household names that millions of people use every single day, trusting that they're safe. But the reality is, we're all being used as unwitting guinea pigs in a massive cost-cutting experiment. And it's not just about temporary discomfort or a bad hair day. The long-term effects of exposure to these chemicals are still largely unknown. Are we setting ourselves up for serious health issues down the line? It's a terrifying thought, especially when you consider how often we use these products. The worst part is, most consumers have no idea this is happening. We see commercials with glossy-haired models and promises of salon-quality results, and we buy into it hook, line, and sinker. Meanwhile, these companies are laughing all the way to the bank, knowing full well that their products are potentially harmful. So what can we do? Knowledge is power. Start reading those ingredient labels like your health depends on it, because it just might. Look for brands that are transparent about their formulations and committed to using safer alternatives. Yes, they might cost a bit more, but isn't your health worth the investment? It's time to demand better from the hair care industry. We shouldn't have to choose between clean hair and a healthy scalp. With enough consumer pressure, maybe we can finally wash away these dirty secrets and usher in a new era of truly safe hair care. Until then, be vigilant, do your research, and don't be afraid to speak up. Your scalp and your overall health will thank you. Have you ever stopped to think about what's really in that body wash you use every day? It's pretty strange that something can smell like a tropical paradise or artificial vanilla and still claim to be natural, isn't it? Here's the shocking truth. Most body washes list fragrance as a single ingredient. But what they don't tell you is that this one innocent-looking word can legally hide over 3,000 different chemicals. And we're not talking about harmless stuff here. Among these hidden chemicals are phthalates, which have been linked to some seriously scary health issues. We're talking hormone disruption, reproductive problems, and even early puberty in children. It's not just speculation either. Scientists at UC Berkeley conducted tests and found some truly alarming results. Want to know the worst offenders? Ironically, it was the aromatherapy and spa body washes specifically marketed to women looking for natural self-care products. That's right. The very products promising to nurture and protect you might be doing the exact opposite. But hold on, because it gets even worse. These chemicals aren't just affecting you and your family. Every time you rinse off in the shower, those harmful substances are flowing straight down the drain and into our water treatment systems. And here's the kicker. These systems aren't designed to filter out these specific chemicals. So where do they end up? In our drinking water and natural water bodies, causing untold damage to aquatic ecosystems. You might be wondering, surely the companies making these products know about this, right? Well, they do. A whistleblower from a major cosmetics company spilled the beans, revealing that they've known about the environmental impact for years. So why haven't they done anything about it? Simple, money. They determined that the cost of reformulating their products would hurt their quarterly profits. Let that sink in for a moment. They're knowingly polluting our bodies and our planet just to keep their profit margins high. This isn't self-care we're talking about anymore. It's more like chemical warfare, waged against you and the environment. Every time you lather up with one of these deceptively fragranced body washes, you're unknowingly participating in this assault. It's a far cry from the pampering, nurturing experience these products promise, isn't it? But it's not just about the immediate effects on our bodies. Think about the long-term consequences. These chemicals are accumulating in our water systems, potentially affecting wildlife and ecosystems in ways we might not fully understand for years to come. Fish, plants, and other aquatic life are being exposed to a cocktail of chemicals that were never meant to be part of their environment. And remember, we're part of that ecosystem too. What goes around comes around, and these toxins could very well end up back on our plates or in our glasses. The most frustrating part of all this is the deception. Companies are capitalizing on our desire for natural, healthy products while secretly loading them with potentially harmful chemicals. They re-exploiting loopholes and labeling laws to hide the truth from consumers who are genuinely trying to make better choices for themselves and the planet. So what can we do about it? For starters, we need to demand more transparency from these companies. We have a right to know exactly what we re-putting on our bodies and washing down our drains. Look for products that fully disclose their ingredients, including what's in their fragrances. Support brands that are committed to using truly natural, safe ingredients. But it's not just about individual choices. We need systemic change. Stricter regulations on cosmetic ingredients and more comprehensive testing of their environmental impacts are crucial. We should be pushing for laws that close the fragrance loophole and require full disclosure of all ingredients. Remember, every time you buy a product, you're casting a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. Do you want to support companies that prioritize profits over your health and the health of the planet? Or do you want to support those who are committed to true transparency and sustainability? The next time you reach for that bottle of body wash, take a moment to think about what's really inside. Is it truly the natural, nurturing product it claims to be? Or is it just another example of chemical warfare disguised as self-care? The choice is yours, but now at least you know the truth behind the fragrance deception. I've got to tell you about this shocking case that perfectly illustrates how dangerous some everyday bathroom products can be. A 34-year-old father ended up with severe chemical burns on his face after using a premium shaving foam. This wasn't some cheap knockoff. We're talking about $30 luxury cream sold at major retailers. It all started when he tried a product recommended by a popular men's grooming influencer. What began as minor irritation quickly escalated to painful blistering that required medical attention. Here's where it gets really concerning. Lab analysis revealed the formula contained high concentrations of isobutane and triethylamine. These aren't just harmless ingredients. We're talking about chemicals that can cause serious skin corrosion and potential organ toxicity with repeated exposure. And yet, they're commonly found in many shaving products on the market today. You might be wondering how something so potentially harmful could end up on store shelves. Well, here's the kicker. Shaving products are classified as cosmetics, not drugs. This means they face virtually no mandatory safety testing unless someone files formal injury complaints. It's a regulatory loophole that puts consumers at serious risk. I spoke with some manufacturing workers from aerosol facilities, and what they told me was eye-opening. They said that safety protocols in these plants focus almost exclusively on preventing explosions. There's little to no emphasis on preventing skin damage from the products they're making. It's a stark reminder that the only thing natural about most shaving creams is how naturally they can burn your face off. Now, let's talk about something that affects half the population but somehow gets the least regulatory attention. Feminine hygiene products like washes, wipes, and scented pads are marketed with terms like fresh, clean, and delicate balance. But don't let the flowery language fool you. Independent testing has found these products often contain nonylphenol ethoxylates, endocrine disruptors linked to infertility, hormone imbalances, and increased cancer risk. What makes this even more alarming is that vaginal tissue is incredibly absorbent. We're talking about 10 times more absorbent than regular skin. Yet manufacturers pack these products with potentially harmful chemicals without a second thought. It's a recipe for disaster, especially considering how frequently these products are used. The synthetic fragrances in these products are another major concern. They're marketed as promoting freshness, but in reality, they can destroy the natural pH balance of the vaginal area. This disruption often leads to the very infections these products claim to prevent. It's a vicious cycle that keeps consumers coming back for more, all while potentially harming their health. I recently spoke with a product developer who shared some disturbing insider information. They revealed that many companies are fully aware of the adverse reactions caused by their products. But instead of prioritizing safety, they focus on consumer scent preferences. It's all about what smells good, not what's actually good for your body. What's even more frustrating is that these same companies often sell safer versions of their products in European markets. Why? Because regulations are much stricter there. It's a clear indication that these companies are capable of producing safer alternatives. They just choose not to in markets where they can get away with it. The bottom line is this: we need to be much more vigilant about the products we bringing into our bathrooms. Just because something is on a store shelf doesn't mean it's safe. Do your research, read labels carefully, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Your health is too important to trust blindly to companies that may be prioritizing profits over safety. Remember that case of the father with chemical burns? That could happen to any of us if we're not careful. It's time we demand better oversight and stricter safety standards for personal care products. Until then, approach your bathroom cabinet with caution. What's meant to keep you clean and fresh shouldn't come at the cost of your health and well-being. Look, I get it. The world of personal care products can be overwhelming once you start digging deeper. But here's the thing. You've got more power than these big companies want you to believe. Let me break down what I've learned and what actually works to protect yourself and drive change. First off, let's talk about shampoo. I always steer clear of anything with SLS, SLES, or those sneaky formaldehyde-releasing preservatives like DMDM Hydantoin. Instead, I look for coconut-derived cleansers and ingredient lists that don't require a chemistry degree to understand. It's amazing how much better my hair feels when I'm not dousing it in harsh chemicals every day. When it comes to body wash, I've got a simple rule. If it just says fragrance, without specifying what's in it, I'm out. Real essential oils are labeled clearly, not hidden behind some vague, parfum listing. Why risk putting mystery ingredients on your skin when there are so many great, transparent options out there? Shaving products were a big wake-up call for me. I ditched those fancy aerosol cans with their mystery foaming agents that left my skin feeling raw. Now, I stick to simple aloe-based gels or natural oils. My skin thanks me every time I shave, and I'm not worried about what I'm absorbing through those tiny nicks and cuts. Ladies, listen up. When it comes to feminine products, we need to be extra careful. I always go for unscented, organic cotton options when possible, and make sure they're pH balanced. If a company won't tell me exactly what's in their products, they don't deserve my hard-earned money. These are some of the most sensitive areas of our bodies. We shouldn't be gambling with our health. Here's a simple rule that's saved me from countless skin reactions. If you see ain't pronounce an ingredient, don't let it anywhere near the most delicate parts of your body. It might sound overly cautious, but trust me, your skin will thank you. Now, here's the really empowering part. Every single purchase you make is like casting a vote for the kind of products you want to see on store shelves. Companies are way more responsive to changes in demand than they are to complaints. When we start buying better products, they have no choice but to step up their game. I know it's not always convenient to read every label and research every ingredient, but when it comes to what we're putting on our bodies day in and day out, it's absolutely necessary. These companies have been getting away with hiding potentially dangerous ingredients for far too long, and it's only because we've stayed uninformed and silent. That's why I'm so passionate about spreading awareness. Every time you share this kind of information with someone who needs to know, you're helping to protect them and pushing the industry in a better direction. It shouldn't be revolutionary for personal care companies to be transparent about their ingredients, but here we are. The truth isn't always pretty, and it can definitely be inconvenient. But when it comes to our health and the products we use every single day, we can't afford to stay in the dark. We deserve better, and the only way we're going to get it is by demanding it with our voices and our wallets. So, next time you're shopping for personal care products, take a moment to really look at those labels. Ask yourself if you're comfortable with what you're seeing or not seeing. And remember, you have the power to make a difference. Every informed choice you make is a step towards a healthier, more transparent industry. Don't let the overwhelming feeling stop you from taking action. Start small, make changes where you can, and keep learning. Share what you discover with your friends and family. The more of us who demand better, the faster we'll see real change. Remember, these companies only have as much power as we give them. When we stay informed and speak up, we take that power back. It's time to show them that we won't settle for anything less than full transparency and truly safe products. Your health is worth it, and together, we can create the change we want to see.